Hey guys, Remastered here, back with another Starcraft Broodwar Remastered cast, and today we have a ladder game between two top Korean pros on Vermeer. In the top left we have a red Protoss, he is ss1nz, and he is playing against the very well known and renowned Zerg in blue. It is Shine. So as said, this is a ladder game from 2023. We are playing on Vermeer. And this is Hungover Rabbit, right? So you guys have met different versions of Rabbit. This is the one that's hungover. It's Saturday morning, had a slightly interesting Friday night. So I'm not too sure how my voice is going to sound or how hyped I'm going to be. But if there is ever a way to cure a casting hangover, in inverted commas, if that's even a thing, it's to put on a PVZ from two of the best players in the world and have some fun. Okay, so we have our standard forward pylon here from our Protoss, and looks like at the very least we're going to get an overpull, maybe even a hatch first from Shine. Okay, so we have been putting out some of the ladder pro content. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. At the time of recording, I haven't yet released these new games, so I don't know what the feedback will be, but I'm hoping it's very, very positive. And yeah, man, this is the list of players that we're going to be featuring over the next few months. If any of these are your favorites, please do let me know in the comments. If there's anybody you want to see me feature more of, or who should be added to the list, then please do let me know. And of course, subscribe if you want to see the best Brood War players in the world playing on ladder and other places. Okay, so a gateway opening from our Protoss does tend to trigger a little bit of aggression from the Zerg players, although it's hatch first versus gate. I think as Protoss, this is probably what you want. You don't then need to stress too much about your wall. You can probably do a one or even no zealot expand, which is what he's going to do. So this is what you're hoping for with the gateway. You can get the Nexus straight away, then you can pop in your forge, you can get your cannon going, you can get your core in play, and you should be able to get a slightly faster Stargate than if you'd gone forge. You can see the spawning pool is still miles away. So you're not likely to see much by way of aggression from the Zerg, but what you will see certainly is probably a sub 3-minute hatch, which is what Shine is setting up to do here. Okay, so we have almost got the money for our forge, and there it is on 15. Okay, a more aggressive approach here could actually be to go core before forge, but I think SS1, knowing that Shine is so strong with his Ling micro and just generally such an aggressive player, opts to go for the slightly safer cannon before core in his build order. Alright, so forge is on the way, another pylon here, pumping probes, getting his gas going. I'm pretty sure we'll see the cybernetics core almost as soon as he has the money available. It'll be interesting to see here if he chooses to take a zealot. No, I think he's doing the safety of the cannon. And so he's going to probably try and rush that cybernetics core. I'm pretty sure it's going to pop up into the production tab any second now. The probe, the scouting probe, is still alive. He does send some slow lings after them. I think potentially this could be a Hydra build from Shine. It just has that Hydra feel to it. He's not really prioritizing huge amounts of gas. We need to have a look around to see when. There it is. So as I say, the Hydralist Den comes out. So I think this is going to be a Hydra bust of some kind. The ability of SS1 to keep his scouting probe alive, I think, has been very beneficial because he's then got a good view of where the hatches are. If he can get back into the main, which I think he may have a tough time doing, he could see no lair, or alternatively, and I think the Hydrogen is in the main. So all the info is sitting in the main. His cybernetics core is on the way. He's going to have himself, I think he's researching +1. So he's going to have himself some pretty strong zealots. And potentially we'll see if he skips Stargate and goes straight to Citadel, then his instincts here are pretty good on what Shine might be up to. Alright, so we've got 20 drones, which is more or less the number. No droning anymore. We're just going straight for Hydras here, so definitely a timing from our Zerg. And is our probe, who is still alive, going to figure this out? We still just have the one cannon at this stage. The Stargate is on the way. Pylon here as well, just to give you more options in terms of building a wall of cannons if that's what you have to do. At this stage we have two zealots holding the line, one gateway, the Citadel and the Stargate are coming up at the same time, so this will be pressure from Shine. This will test the ability, and there he sees the first Hydra, Let's see now if there's a cannon explosion. I think if you're an experienced Protoss, you know exactly what's happening here. So he adds another cannon. Will he add a third? I think he knows he's going to need one. Already the Hydra's firing away on that forge that's doing the upgrade. He's going to have to posture back and forward here with his zealots. So this is certainly going to keep Protoss on his toes. Adding a third cannon here as well. I think he realizes quite soon. And a fourth. Okay, so he knows what's up. He's been playing this game for a very, very long time. A Hydra bust is a very, very recognizable thing. Alright, so here comes Shine. He's lining up and rallying from the 3 hatches. He's got 5 hatches firing, 5 Hydras firing off against this forge. This upgrade, let's keep an eye on this upgrade to see if it finishes. And what they choose to target fire down. Okay, so this is... Oh man, I think he's going to lose this upgrade. Oh, and it's so close. He pushes out with his zealots to try and save the upgrade. So the zealots do come out. This upgrade really doesn't have far to go. I think that was a critical piece of timing. The Lings do move forward and die. They're firing on the gateway, not the forge. This upgrade's going to finish just. Oh, man, that was so close. I don't think it did. So the legs are coming, but these are, we can confirm, +0 zealots. That is so sad, so close. A game of such fine margins, but he does just pip the upgrade. This gateway is going to go down. I don't think he can break the 4 cannons. We need to check quickly where he's building his replacement infrastructure. So he's adding a forge here. He's adding more gates here, so his gateways are going to move into his main. And I think Shine is probably going to set up a nice, decent contain behind this. He is starting to drone again, so this is not a full-on commitment. This is by no means an all-in. He pressured the 3-hatch Hydra. He's holding the Protoss back. And now we can see a layers coming in. 3 additional hatcheries are coming in. So now really powering up. He's obviously going to need quite a few drones to be able to saturate this. SS1 is sending out his own Corsair to actually verify the tech tree. So he's going to fly in here. See, okay, so here's your den. Here's your lair. You haven't gone all in. You haven't committed entirely to Hydras. Perhaps the follow-up is going to be some sort of lurker. So he goes in here, sees, okay, so there's another hatchery here. There's an Evo. So you're at least prioritizing +1, probably for your missile units or missile attacks. I don't know if attacking the Overlord here is the right thing. What I do like about this, though, is it does bring back some of the Hydras. Shine had pretty much rallied all of his Hydras forward, so forcing some of them back at the very least is just annoying for our Zerg. 35 drones here though, so I think he's got I think the number you need to run the 5 hatches is 41 drones if memory serves. I watched it on a Jaeyun dojo training thing once, and I remember studying the 5-hatch Hydra build, so I think it's about the number. We'll see what sort of drone saturation he goes for. Is also getting a Spire here. I wonder if that'll just be for Scourge to counteract these somewhat annoying Corsairs. Probably. There's a lot of zealots here though all of a sudden. These are Speedy. Can't click on one there, so I'm not Speedy. Speedy 00 speed zealots, and they are going to go after the Hydras. These poor overlords are getting picked off here. So suddenly a little bit of Hydra zealots. Very, 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 very annoying for our Zerg, who has to go back here. Looks like they're beelining for this 3-hatch base, which would be a massively valuable target if Protoss could get it. Now kind of just posturing around, doesn't seem too sure. This is a wall behind a sunken. I think you're going to have a very hard time as Protoss breaking this. This, on the other hand, though, far less challenging, although suddenly there's a sunken here. The building placement from Shine is so unique. You see how tightly everything is done. Mining doesn't seem to be too disrupted, but I mean, look at the sim. As a Protoss, this is going to be very, very hard to break through. I don't think this is a good call from SS1. I really don't. There's a nice wall. Here's a nice sunk. He pulls away quite quickly. So this is basically Zealot Corsair. To break past this first Evo on this wall with all these Hydras is going to prove very, very difficult. So it does pull away. So it's kind of just posturing back and forth. The question I have behind this is, what are you doing? You've got yourself some more Zealots. I see 2 High Templars in production. I see Storm in production. So it looks just to be a Zealot double upgrade Templar type build off of 2 bases. This is very, very hard initially for Zerg until about 12 minutes to fend off. It's a very, very tight window for Protoss to have this sort of temporary strength advantage where the Zerg macro just isn't quite where it needs to be to repel the stronger units. But some mutas have suddenly come into play here, so it wasn't just Scourge. Shine, being a devastatingly good player with mutas, has found himself a little bit of an angle here. There is a cannon in place, so he did anticipate a little bit of risk. A nice sim, a good building of his bases, and there's at least 3 Corsairs here to protect here, so I don't think these mutas are going to be anything more than a distraction. But perhaps what it is, he does kill a High Templar though, and I think he ends up storming a few of his own probes as well. He's down to 37 probes. This probe picking off and this micro from Shine, in spite of the fact that he's playing against Corsairs, is incredibly impressive. I think he went from about 48 probes down to 35, so that is massively impactful in terms of swinging the momentum of this game. There's some zealots that are kind of parked off over here for no apparent reason. I guess they just couldn't really fight the mutas, so he's hightailed them out of there. Now suddenly Shine is in an incredibly strong position, so didn't get any damage when he moved out with his zealots. Lost a lot of workers there. I have the feeling now Shine's just going to power off on his 6 hatches, hit a combined Muta Hydra attack here on the natural, and I don't think our Protoss is going to be able to stop him. So this is seems to be the angle he's coming in. Also, his zealots have got to come so far across the map. He's massively out of position if he wants to try and take down these Hydras so that the Corsairs can focus exclusively on the Mutas. And of course, the Scourge are here as well. Okay, so he's not going to go for the natural. He's going to go straight into the main. This is so many Mutas against one cannon, which is going to get target fired down. Shine is a terrifyingly good Zerg. The Scourge and the Corsairs somehow not yet connecting with each other. Okay, so all the Scourge and all the Corsairs have disappeared. That's going to wreck his mineral line. Shine gives SS1 an absolute hiding in what was a relatively quick PvZ here today. But a very, very good example. If you cannot do damage with your Zealot move out, you as Protoss have to be prepared for all sorts of risks. That was also a beautiful transition from 3-hatch Hydra into 5-hatch Spire. A 6-hatch Spire with mutas, beautifully done from Shine, an absolute clinic on how to do a tech switch in a PvZ. I'm Rabidru. If you enjoy these types of games from the best in the world, then please do subscribe. I'll be back for more very soon. Until then, ciao for now.